This is EA Sports PGA Tour coverage coming up next. Simply put, there is nothing like it in the game of golf. It is by far the biggest spectator event in the sport. We're at TPC Scottsdale in Scottsdale, Arizona. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo. And Frank, what can you tell us about this golf course?
Well, everybody wants to know about 16, the famed par 3 here, surrounded by those skyboxes. Once again, that'll be a topic of the day. But really, this is a regular sight for the PGA Tour. So those of you that were familiar with the golf course, it's now changed. 2014, the designers Morris and Weiskopf did a massive renovation.
Well over 100,000 fans every day, better than 500,000 for the week. It's a giant party mixed in with a heck of a tournament. He just blasted that one down the fairway, out there about 325 yards. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. You can't leave it short, Frank.
Oh, and especially right in the middle. Even par, currently.
Frank, that's a par, and onward we go. Now to the second par 3 on the front 9. This is the 7th hole.
Yeah, quite a stiff par 3 because of the narrowness in the front. Really favoring a higher shot that's going to land softly, and therefore you can open up that green, because the further back you go, the wider it gets. And it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Frank, it's not about getting the ball close to the hole. From that spot,
well, he had no chance to get it close. I thought he had very, very, very little chance of getting it on the green. So given that, that was a very good shot.
that's costly right there.
Painful.
Rough today.
Well, with that drop shot, moves to 1 over for the tournament. Now here at the par 4 8, slight dogleg to the left, Frank.
And this dogleg's made more severe now by the addition of 2 bunkers. This was a bunkerless hole off the tee in years gone by, but those 2 bunkers certainly make this a sharper dogleg. And because it forces the player to go down the right side, adds length to the already long 475 yards.
That's an absolute tracer right there. In the fairway and well over 320 yards. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Well, maybe lifted right there, just sort of peaked. So just a formality here. Did the job right there. Finishing out the front side now at the ninth. And Frank, what do you think of this par 4?
Nice way to finish the front 9, Rich. Very thin green, protected by that little splash bunker in the front. Iron players get a real advantage here. One bunker down the right side to be aware of off the tee, though. I doubt anybody could carry that.
Leads.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Frank, this is good golfing weather. Nice strong breeze. Boy, it is nice to have that one in your bag, be able to hit it that long.
Yeah, that has to be at least 315 yards.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. That's good stuff right there. Wonderful approach, and now a really good look at birdie. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Comfortably inside the cut line, the young prodigy makes another birdie. Hello again and welcome. Rich Slaughter alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports at one of the great venues in all of golf, TPC Scottsdale. Upwards of 500,000 fans expected throughout the week here. A lot of buzz being generated, and now plenty of fireworks as well on this back 9.
There is, Rich. This is a Super Bowl type atmosphere, and the 10th hole, what a wonderful way to start this back 9. A dogleg right that's been radically changed in 2014. Numerous bunkers added. This is a very strict dogleg right par 4, and by that I mean you're going to have to hit it down the left to have an open shot at this green.
Looks to be a good setup going into the green here at the 10th. Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. Early part of this second 9, a good approach shot. Now, pretty good chance for birdie. This one just requires a little bit of focus.
Get out of
This can be
here.
a cruel game at times. There's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it's going to hurt the cause.
Now at the par 4 11th, Frank, I really like this hole.
Well, you might be the only one, Rich, because this is an absolute scorecard wrecker. Water all the way down the left side. There's 2 bunkers. Don't worry about that. They're not off the tee. They're around the green. They protect the left front and the back. If you think you can bail out down the right side, well, you could find cactus and all sorts. And believe me, go down there, more than anything, they'll wreck your scorecard as well.
That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. 190 now on the second shot. Good swing, good shot yet again. Pure strike, good result.
And that is close.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either.
Come on.
It happens
Can't
sometimes,
make the easy
Frank.
shots
They don't
today.
all drop.
No, but you try telling them right now.
Just a couple of feet. That's a par, and that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round.
I was watching, guessing Reese.
Second round coverage coming your way tomorrow. For our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. So long for now.
Mr. Reese, you watching? I'm at 37th. I think I finished 4th last night. 3rd or 4th.
Today's coverage brought to you by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Welcome to the Stadium Course, TPC Scottsdale in Arizona. It's a masterful blend of challenge and playability designed by the team of Tom Weisskopf and Jay Moorish. Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo for EA Sports.
The changes, Rich, they made in 2014 have just added a luster to this great venue that hosts the PGA Tour event each and every year. And it's a great test for any level of play.
Slow down, ball.
Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
Yeah, you wonder what he's thinking on that.
He'll need to be strong with this. Frank, where is that there?
Well, thank God for small mercies.
That makes me feel good.
This is a good hole, Frank, the par 4 8th.
Yet another dogleg left, Rich, on the front side. And it's a sharper dogleg now because they've put in 2 bunkers down the left side. It used to be a bailout area for the players in the past. You can't do that anymore. And I doubt anybody can fly it over that left one. It's nearly 330 yards to carry that in the air. Those 2 bunkers have forced the players to go out to the right, making that second shot a little bit longer now.
Frank, not the longest hitter, but sometimes you win tournaments by putting it in a good spot, and that's where we are right here, 280 yards out.
Yeah, 280 down the middle of the fairway. That'll never get you in trouble. Surely not.
Ooh, beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
Bogey here yesterday. Now this for birdie. Good birdie right there.
Yeah, this game, when you can't win, it's all about top 10s, top 20s. And currently, that's exactly where they stand.
Rounding out the front 9 with a par 4 of 453 yards from the back tee. Looks to be straight away here, Frank. Anything to be cautious about on this tee shot?
Well, that bunker, there used to be 2 bunkers down the right side. There is now 1, and it also pinches into the fairway, which almost makes this hole look like a faint dogleg right. But really, the best line is still down the left side, so it still actually suits a draw off the tee. Green is slightly elevated and not very deep, too. So judging that second shot, getting the right club is essential here at 9.
170 yards. This is just a superb performance. Great round to this point, Frank, and you can really see that reflected in his mood today.
Yeah, it just looks too easy. Swinging the club beautifully. Ball's going exactly where he wants it to. He's not trying to take too many risks. So consequently, he's getting birdie opportunity after birdie opportunity.
That's a beautiful shot, and that sets him up for a really easy putt. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good parts.
Just a little tap in here. Workman-like hole. He walks away with a par. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
Second shot. Good look at the green. Good looking shot right here. That will be a great look at birdie. Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday. Well, after that birdie, has to be feeling as though they're not out of it just yet.
You're not far away from the first page of the leaderboard. A couple more birdies.
EA Sports is proud to present PGA Tour coverage. Here at the TPC Scottsdale in Arizona, and Frank, when so many people tune in to watch this great event, they think immediately of the 16th hole with all of those fans jammed in. It's like Fenway Park inside the desert there. But it's much more than that little par 3, isn't it?
It certainly is more than that, Rich. The TPC Scottsdale is a great venue for a PGA Tour event. It's a blend of everything. Birdie opportunities, holes that are fought by water, bunkering that's being changed. All in all, it's a great atmosphere with nearly 500,000 people that visit this during the tournament week.
Can't hide the flagstick from that man. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Frank, you've navigated so many leaderboards in your career. This is the way to do it, isn't it?
Oh, there's plenty of holes ahead too, Rich. Third place, a really good position to be playing from here on in.
Well, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super. Got the measurement out there, Rich. Looks like 290 yards.
What are you doing?
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Oh, that was an ugly shot.
So on the putting surface and taking a good look now at this birdie putt here at the second. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
Wow, that hurt.
It did. Shot gone forever.
So just a formality here. Frank, a solid par right there, maintains his position. Now on to the third, first par 5 on the course here at TPC Scottsdale.
Yeah, the length of the hole hasn't really changed. Used to be 2 fairway bunkers down the left, now there's only 1. Still a hazard that runs down the right side. A strategic hold if you can't make this par 5 and 2 in a brand new green that has been completely changed.
No complaints there. In the fairway, down there about 290 yards. From a perfect position, ready to play his next shot. Frank, it's not just a golf tournament at the TPC Scottsdale.
It's a party.
It's a giant throwdown, isn't it?
It certainly is, but the atmosphere works there. It just fits in. The players are aware of it. They're quite fine to play amongst it too, because it's such a rare event.
And to be honest, a lot of the fans, and there were almost 180,000 on Saturday alone in 2013, a lot of the fans, they don't see a single golf shot. They're too busy having a good time, having a party. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Getting set now over the putt. Oh, yeah, birdie, Frank, and another shot closer.
Sniffing in the right direction.
Frank, what kind of shot is required here at the par 3 fourth?
A little drop shot par 3 down the hill in today's standards because it's under 200 yards. Series of 3 tee boxes, so plenty to choose from there. The entry into the green is well protected now by the 2 bunkers, one in the center and one on the right front of this green.
No problems there. Really good approach shot. And now, good look at birdie.
It's at sneaky distance.
Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Good par.
Langley
Frank, this
tees
is a
off
demanding driving hole, the par 4 fifth.
Another hole that bends gently to the left. There used to be 2 bunkers down the right side. It's now 1, and it's in the perfect position to make you think about your tee shot. Really, you have to be left of that. The new tees added a little bit of yardage to it. The green still looks the same as what it once was. Tilts slightly from left to right. But you can see why a draw is the preferred shot at TPC Scottsdale.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole.
Second shot.
Good swing, good shot yet again. That's an outstanding shot right there, and it sets up a really good look at birdie. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Frank, you hate to miss it from that distance.
More than a setback there.
Just a couple of feet. Cleans that up in the hole. Ready to tee off now at the 6th. This is a dogleg left.
And another hole that's been stiffened by bunkers on both the left and the right side, really giving you the decision on what club to hit. Should you be bold or should you be smart? There's something about a well-hit shot.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Just a superb shot.
You're not going to see much better than that all day today.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Bang for another birdie. 8 under par for the tournament. So through 54 holes, a really good position inside the top 5 with 1 round to go.
Yeah, and those handful of players that we're looking at, Rich, they certainly have looked the best players this week, which makes tomorrow look like a real thriller.
Presented by EA Sports in association with the PGA Tour. Set in the Sonoran Desert and surrounded by the majestic McDowell Mountains, we're at the stadium course at TPC Scottsdale in Arizona. Hello again and welcome. Rich Schroeder alongside Frank Nobilo, set to bring you all the action for today's event. Frank, when you think about the TPC Scottsdale, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
The golf course has been radically changed in 2014, but it still hasn't lost its luster. Really, it's just been updated like the game itself for these young, strong players of the modern era.
Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one.
There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Midway through this back 9, could use this birdie here at the 14th. Now this for birdie, came away with par in the previous round. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
in for par. Great scoring opportunity here at the par 5 15th, but Frank, I'm wondering, as a player, is your mind beginning to think about what's ahead at that par 3 16th hole?
Oh, they are. This is really the finishing stretch at TPC Scottsdale, where you get all these swing holes. 15 is a swing hole. 16, 17, and 18, where so many changes in the score can actually happen. But this one here is all about finding the fairway. A good drive down here will be well rewarded because you'll have a chance to reach this par 5 and 2.
And now the second shot here at this par 5. Into the tall cabbage. That ball is swallowed up. He'll need to be strong with this. Birdie try up next. This one just requires a little bit of focus. That's an important birdie right there, into the top 5 on this leaderboard.
Well, there's so much at stake this week, Richard.
Frank, the one moment that sort of made the 16th hole what it is today would have to be Tiger's ace in 1997 here at the TPC Scottsdale when it was raining plastic cups.
It was also his reaction, too, and that ushered in the Tiger Woods era that we became associated with, which is the fist-pumping, the rowdy spectators. I mean, he was one of the few players that bridged the gap between spectator and golf course. And it still goes on till today. And I think Rory McIlroy probably is the only other player that starts to broach that type of inside and outside atmosphere with golf.
Still to this day, it's the loudest single moment that I can ever remember hearing on a golf course. See if he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. Made par yesterday. This one for birdie.
Can't birdie them all, Rich.
He has this for par. In for par. Frank, when you get to the 17th hole, we always recall maybe the single most bizarre shot in the history of golf.
Yeah, everybody talks about maybe a hole-in-one at 16, but really 17. And the player was Andrew McGee. It was a good tee shot, don't get me wrong. But, Rich, it needed an assist.
Well, the assist came from Tom Byram, whose brother Kurt is a commentator for the Golf Channel. Tom Byram was just minding his own business, standing on the green, sort of leaning on his putter, and
Tom Byron's putter, and then careened into the hole. So, 17. Made famous a little bit of history with a couple of names to drag up from the past.
Second shot. Good look at the green. Well, that's how you play the game. Right there. Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Really starting to shine, moves to 10 under for the tournament. To the 18th hole now, and Frank, the original designers stepped in and they made this hole quite a bit more challenging.
Yeah, they certainly have stiffened it up. The longest hitters in the game, the Dustin Johnsons, the Bubba Watsons, the J.B. Holmes, used to take it completely over the lake down the left side where there was just one paltry bunker. Now there's a series of bunkers, almost like the church pews at Oakmont, that are littered down the left side, stopping that attack. You're going to have to respect this hole that much more off the tee Find the fairway. It's still a short iron in, but this finishing hole is now a proper finishing hole.
190 now on the second shot. Oh, looked like he caught a flyer right there, Frank.
Well, I don't know what he caught, but this is way too much.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him.
And getting ready for the putt. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
So just a formality here. That's a solid par putt. Well, that'll wrap it up for us today. We saw a lot of great golf, Frank.
Yeah, the course was good. It was gettable for some, but, you know, in the end, it really gave you what you deserve, just the way we want it.
And that'll do it for our entire team. I'm Rich Lerner. Until next time.
Smash them comments, get your name entered in for a chance to win $5,000.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Back over now to the fourth. Frank, when you get out of the gates, as our featured golfer has done, with a lot of pars, steady play, what's the mindset?
You've got to keep doing that, Rich. Just maybe get a little closer to the hole, drive a little bit better, work on the pace of the putting. Just little gains, and then all of a sudden you're going to notice a big difference in the scorecard.
No troubles there, right in the fairway here at the fourth. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. attention like a little kid at school, Frank. That baby's sitting up.
Sitting up. It's got the best view as well. You don't even need binoculars from where that ball is.
Frank, tricky little third shot here at the par 5 fourth.
Especially if you don't have a full number, because there's just that little mound in the middle of the green. If you get on the wrong side of that, instantly you can be 30, 40 feet away. So check where the flag is. Is it front? Is it back? And then try and land it in that section. Even par currently.
That sucks.
Good birdie, now at 1 under for the tournament. Frank, what's the play here off the tee? Is it driver, or do you play it safe with an iron?
A lot of the times that's predicated by the wind, Rich. If you've got a trailing breeze, driver is very much in play. Otherwise, just poke a little iron down the right side. Ooh, nice little bounce forward. Should be close to 300, 290.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
He's making the game look very simple right now. See it, hit it, and he's got it right on track. Frank, this would be a nice way to jumpstart the round.
Yeah, his momentum can quickly go in the right direction if he makes this.
Needs a few more of those. That was a good birdie.
Yeah, this time, that one gets him in the top 10.
Back up in the top 10.
Frank, the par 5-6 looks like an enormous carry over the water. What if you're not one of the bigger hitters?
Well, then you've really got to aim at those two bunkers, right in between them on the right side, Rich. It becomes very much a plotter hole, because even the layup becomes important. This par 5, you've then got to attack it with a wedge.
That's in the fairway. Okay, the second shot now at this par 5. Well, this one is offline just a bit. Look out. And that one is going to end up in the rough. Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was headed for that thick stuff the whole way, but a little fortunate. But then I guess you're allowed that in this game.
That's a good shot right there, about 10 feet away. He'll have a good chance. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt.
Get in the fudging hole.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts. Just a tap in to finish the hole.
Damn.
Holding steady now at 2 under par. Well, you're breathing a sigh of relief. Your round wasn't sunk at the par 5-6, and now you come to this par 3. It's just a little under 200 yards.
Yeah, aiming at the middle of the green's not a bad thing here, Rich. You can always putt to the corners and have a birdie chance.
You take 3 and walk off this hole to the 8th?
Well, you could get a little greedy. You know, a tee shot in the middle of this green is not too bad. You'll still have a birdie putt.
Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on there. Easy birdie.
And with that, he'll go to 3 under.
Take that.
So, one round in the books and a lot to chew on here.
There is. This is going to be a tough championship to pull away. The standard of golf, especially that first page of the leaderboard. Excellent golf.
Look, there was deer in the... There was a deer on the course. There it goes. Look, deer on the course.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA, presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. It's second round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. We're at the Bay Hill Club and Lodge in Orlando, Florida, site of one of the PGA Tour's premier stops, the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Always attracting a great field, and through the years it has been the scene of just some championship play from one guy in particular.
Tiger Woods has won there an incredible 8 times.
Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo. Fourth hole is the first par 5 on the golf course, Frank.
Very scoreable. 2 bunkers down the left, the first of which takes 330 yards to get it past that.
Definite birdie hole, maybe even a chance for Eagle to really jumpstart the round.
Straight.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Second from an excellent lie. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Had a birdie here yesterday in their close. Great opportunity for another one. Birdie here yesterday. This putt again for birdie.
That was cruel. It looked like it was certainly going in. Just a fraction too aggressive. Remember, line and speed go together.
Sometimes you want that birdie so badly, and all of a sudden you're faced with a lot of work, more work than you had hoped for, just to make the par. Been a little too much of that, Frank, just sort of ho-hum pars.
Ooh, a fox.
Now to the fifth hole. Off the tee, Frank, how do these fairway bunkers sort of factor into your mindset as you prepare to tee off?
Well, if you watch the pros play on the Arnold Palmer Invitational, you see 2 different strategies here. Just an iron off the tee, give yourself a full shot in, or, well, if you're a longer hitter, take it over that bunker on the left.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank, the tournament scoring record was set by Buddy Allen. That was way back in 1973. A whopping 23 under. That's like a video game score.
Yeah, they made sure that would never happen again. They lengthened the golf course. They firmed up the greens. They sped them up. They did everything to make sure that nobody, including you, ever shoots 23 under here again.
Well, that's how you play the game right there. Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
Did the job right there. Frank, talk to us about the 6th hole here at Bay Hill. Intimidating to look at as
I don't want to talk about it, Rich. I don't like the look of the hole. It's too tough. It intimidates everybody.
Can't imagine what players would be feeling walking up to this tee box.
Yeah, stand there. You'll find out.
Now the second shot to the par 5. Frank, this one's going too far left, it looks like.
Yeah, it was fine there for a little while, but if it keeps going left, it's doomed.
Getting set for this next shot from the rough, what does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Get in there! Get in there!
Something happens that's good.
That's a nice shot right there. Now at the par 3-7, Frank, it's just under 200 yards.
But it's still quite daunting. A very narrow entry on that left side, so you've got to hit the ball flush off the tee. Really guarantee a carry of that over that right bunker, so it's still a daunting tee shot.
That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Well, he gave us a demonstration today why he's one of the best in the sport. Every green hit in regulation. You get the sense now with that birdie that our young star, so explosive, is setting himself up for a big weekend run. Frank, how about the 8th par 4, one of the more intriguing setups?
So close.
Ideally, you want to just work your tee shot away from that bunker.
Heck yeah, I
but,
did, man.
This is one fairway you must hit because it's one of the toughest second shots on the golf course.
There's a nice eagle prior to that, though.
Oh, that's fine.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Frank, this has been impressive. Game plan, stuck to it, hitting some quality shots.
He's really done his homework on the golf course, swinging well, and, well, there's a few holes to go, too. And this round could get even better.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Put a birdie on the card here yesterday, don't forget. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
I seen that one.
Frank, he took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Good work right there. He'll settle for par.
Thank you.
Rounding out the front 9 here at Bay Hill, 474-yard par 4. Frank, you've played this hole before. Where are you lining up when you step onto the tee here?
There's an out of bounds all the way down the left side that you have to be cognizant of, but that bunker, 290 yards carries it, and yet again another hole that favors the long hitter.
Frank, not overly long, but still a pretty good spot and in the fairway.
Yeah, that's in that 280 mark.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. There's a bunker over there.
I think he's headed for it.
Lucky devil. That was going in the bunker all the way.
Made par yesterday. This one for birdie.
Get in there.
Never quite had enough oomph on that.
Yeah, sort of a wishy-washy stroke.
Just a little tap in here.
It's getting rough.
No problems there.
Yeah, keeps the round going. Keeps the momentum on his side.
So that is a top 10 performance through 2 rounds, Frank.
It's always nice to know that you have a shot with 2 rounds left in the tournament.
Finishing up here on the front side at Bay Hill with a lengthy par 4. And what's the key, Frank?
Well, the hole's relatively flat, but the rough on the right comes into play. If you can carry that ball 300 yards, then just take it in over the bunker.
I really want to win this tourney.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside my friend Frank Nobilo. We're in sunny Orlando, Florida, at the house that Arnold built, Arnold Palmer's Bay Hill Club and Lodge. And Frank, where are some of the scoring opportunities today?
Par 5s are certainly gettable at Bay Hill. You have to, really, because the par 3s are very, very difficult. That's really the go-to. The standard of the greens, though, in Florida are always good. Bay Hill, they run normally at a good speed.
Hey,
so
what's
you can
up,
certainly
Phoenix?
make a few putts. But, yeah, par 5s are the place to make your score at Bay Hill.
Looks to be a good setup going into the green here at the 10th. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special. Oh, solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Get in the fucking... No!
This hole really sets up well for the player. Birdie yesterday, chance for another one today. Locked in on the read and the speed.
Get out of here.
Singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Just a tap in to finish the hole.
Damn.
Settles for par, but probably needs birdies.
That's frustrating. That's something that makes me want to throw the controller.
Frank, 440-yard par 4
Wow.
11th. You see that number on the card, you think driver. Maybe not. Why?
Yeah, it's imperative you hit the fairway here, Rich. Water obviously in play left, 2 bunkers on the right. This is a second shot hole. Got the measurement out there, Rich.
Yeah,
Looks
man, it
like
was.
290 yards.
Frank, another good hole to par 4 11th. Looking at the second shot now.
Yeah, the second shot has a similar look to the second shot at the third hole at Bay Hill. Water all down the left-hand side. That has to be respected. And a green, really, where you've got to favour the right side, or at least right of middle.
Struck that one pure, about 8 feet away. Beautifully done. Not a gimme, but well within his range.
Man,
You
I
get
just
robbed.
can't cut that.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law. Even par currently.
Oh, but yeah, it dropped
And he
me to
makes
12.
it for par. Frank, 574-yard par 5. Scoring opportunity here?
The breeze behind, once again, a reachable par 5. The hardest thing about this hole really is the green. It's raised up a little bit, slopes off on either side.
Nothing to argue about there, right in the fairway. And now the second shot here at this par 5.
Not quite lined up where I wanted.
So after the layup, Frank, here at the par 5 12th, hit shot here, try to make birdie.
Yeah, just use the contours of this green. You can actually get to this flag a lot of different ways. Using one of the mounds, there's nothing wrong with that.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Terrific golf shot. And now, that for an easy birdie. Birdie putt coming up. Had a par on this hole yesterday. Wow, I thought he made that.
Wow.
Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's nobody every hole.
He's made it. Frank, this is an interesting hole. It's the par 4 13th, and it isn't necessarily a driver off the tee. What are the options?
Yeah, you break it down, 250 off the tee, leaves 120. There's nothing wrong with playing the hole that way. You get a little over-ambitious here and run out of fairway. That second shot over water. Whoa.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank, you played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself, and it's an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit, given the conditions. But once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
You like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy?
Definitely when you're hitting it into a head breeze. But down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more.
Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. Getting set now over the putt. Well, after that birdie, has to be feeling as though they're not out of it just yet.
You're not far away from the first page of the leaderboard. A couple more birdies.
3 rounds in the books, outside the top 10 going to the final 18. Frank, what are your thoughts?
Well, I
I
think
need a
you're
hole
gonna
in
have to
one.
approach the final round in a couple of different phases. Try and be aggressive early on. If you do get a few birdies in the bank, you really still can fancy yourself with a chance to win. It'll all depend on that start tomorrow.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Par 4 13th, Frank, how do you hit this approach shot?
Rich, it's the first par 4 at Bay Hill where the water is actually on the right of the green, and that has to be taken into consideration. Just a little errant shot, and then you're going to be wedged. So a little left of the flag, that's where you want to be.
Well, look out. This could be wet, Frank.
It's heading towards the hazard.
Stop ball, stop ball.
He went for the brief swim there, Frank. He's trying to stay dry now.
He is, just trying to avoid water on the brain as well. This will take a good swing.
So this is his 4th shot after the last one found the water.
Yeah, it's not all over, but right now, too, he's staring down the barrel of a very bad hole.
So, Frank, he'll take a drop here.
Yeah, he'll take his medicine, take his penalty shot. The hole's not over yet.
Shouldn't be a problem here. Has this now for bogey.
Again, the green is control.
So another bogey on the scorecard. And Frank, what happened this week?
I think it's a week to forget, Rich.
Frank, as we come to the 14th of par 3, what's ahead for the players?
Once again, another tough par 3 coming up. Narrow at the front. It gets a little wider the further you go up this green.
This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
Right to the middle of the bunker.
Well, too bad, Frank. That one rolled right off the green.
It was just coming out so hot.
Great professionals, Frank, they don't fear the green side bunker shot, do they?
No, because you can be as aggressive or as conservative as you want. You actually have far more options. And you don't have to hit the ball first.
And what a great bunker shot. Frank, best bunker players that you've ever seen.
Most of them South African. Gary Player, Ernie Els, David Frost. Just have a great feel. A little bit like what we just saw there.
It was about to, but I remembered it's 2000.
Nothing wrong with that par putt. At the 15th hole now at Bay Hill, this is a massive dogleg, Frank.
Yeah, if you're a Bubba Watson type player and you can move the ball around, you can move it left to right, that'll certainly help the tee shot. If you're average Joe, though, just hit it down the left. Take your medicine. Sweet. Straight down the middle.
Now the approach shot, par 4, 15th hole. Frank, break it down.
Green narrows up the further back you go, so the most generous place to land the ball is in the front half of this green. It's also the flattest section of the green.
Beautiful shot. That is tight.
Unbelievable. That is one to savor for the rest of the round.
See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Frank, how much does that birdie help the cause?
It doesn't look like much right now, Rich, just sneaking inside the top 20. But at the end of the day, that might be the one that turned the tide.
Frank, we know at Bay Hill, the finishing stretch allows a player to make some things happen. You can make up some ground, par 5, 16th. How realistic is birdie or even eagle?
Well, this is where it all starts, and you're right on the money here, Rich. Good tee shot, you can be looking at 3 or 4. Bad tee shot, 6 or 7, and the round goes horribly wrong because you've got 17 and 18 to come.
Not the longest, but not bad. 295 yards in the fairway. Will settle. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5. His second shot. He's hit the green here at the 16th, but he's not yet hit this putt. It is a long one, about 30 feet away.
Holy
It'll test him.
crap.
Always two components to the long lag putt, the speed, number one, and then the read. And missed out on that second part. But he's going for back-to-back birdies here, trying to jumpstart this round.
Some momentum moving in the right direction.
Frank, you know what gets me about this
dude,
game?
I'm about
Here
to
a person
scream.
makes a legitimate effort, makes a good stroke, and that ball spins around and is just laughing at the player. And now what's left, you could breathe on that ball. It counts the same as a 300-yard drive. It's not right.
But it's the beauty of the game.
Frank, you can see by the reaction, it has
All right,
been
boys.
that kind of week.
Be
Just
right back.
too
Gonna
many
grab some
pars.
potato chips.
Always like this par 3, Frank. Par 3 17th. Let me amend that. I like watching the best in the world play it because it can be daunting, especially with the pressure ratcheted up.
When they have the tournament on, this green is brick hard. A little bit downhill. That's about the only advantage you get.
All right.
There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Well, hit the green, but certainly not close to the hole.
Yeah, probably barely give him a C for that shot.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
That's a nice lag putt.
I'll
Frank,
take
what would
that
you
for a
focus
freaking
on
par.
a long putt?
That 3-foot circle, obviously you allow yourself a little bit more the further and further away you get, but just expectations, lower them a little bit. There's certain distances, just take 2.
In for par. Finishing hole at Bay Hill. Frank, how good is this 18th?
Well, it's good because it makes you scratch your head. If you look at your score, your own personal score, and then fast forward, you've made a big mistake. Street, Bobby Jones used to say the hardest shot in golf's the next one. Judging by that light, it's not going to be too hard.
Set up in the fairway, 200 yards from here. Frank, this one's offline.
There's rough and thick stuff over there.
You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish. But, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
Frank starting to make the move.
Leaderboard very volatile at the moment, so a lot of move in that middle piece of the leaderboard. Top 20 so far.
So that concludes the final round here at this spectacular setting. Frank, final thoughts on the tournament?
Rich, I thought this was really a fantastic venue that challenged the players, and we saw some exciting golf out there all across the board.
Don't give me my money. At least I'm in first overall.
At least in first overall.
This is EA Sports. PGA Tour coverage coming up next. It's opening round coverage of the Alberta Classic.
Ooh.
Been some outstanding shot making to this
52nd in
point.
this
Let's see what's happening now as we
tournament.
resume the action at the 7th. Has not been a stellar performance to this point, but Frank, not too bad.
When you consider 4-round events, Rich, you're going to have a period where there's a little lull. As long as you can minimize the damage over the course of 4 days, it turns out all right.
Good tee shot, good lie, and now a good chance to take advantage here on this hole. Second shot coming up here at the par 5. Well, it looks as though they're going to need to use all their strength to sort of hack it out of that rough, missing it off the tee here. Frank, better than we thought it was going to be.
Yeah, that looked like it was headed for that thick stuff the whole way, but a little fortunate. But then I guess you're allowed that in this game.
Seems to like it. Looks like it's headed for the green. Outstanding strike right there, right off the center of the club face. And a good chance for birdie.
I already knew that
Frank,
was
he
short.
took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
Been a little too much of that, Frank, just sort of ho-hum pars. Frank, you like this kind of design feature where you go from the longest hole in the course immediately to the shortest hole.
Certainly, golf giveth and golf taketh away. This is just minimally uphill, just a couple of feet, but you can see from the overview the design of the green. When that flag's on the right, it's a little bit of a longer carry, so just be a little cognizant of that. You don't have to hit it directly at the flag.
That's a solid shot here into the 8th hole, and a good chance now for another birdie. Getting set now over the putt.
Whoa, that line
really
was
hurt,
breaking
Frank, 'cause it
way
looked good
right.
all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
Just a couple of feet.
Damn. New round, new
Still
holes,
even par for the day.
new mood swing.
Now to hole number 9, 501 yards. It's a par 5.
Yeah, we finished with the third par 5 on the front 9. You're just going to come through those sort of chute of marvelous trees that define this fairway. Just avoid the right side. Something down the left side is going to open up the second shot.
Frank, he is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Frank, I think that's going to the bunker.
Looks like it.
Oh my goodness, that could have been really bad.
Can you imagine if that kicks towards the bunker?
Well, Frank, what do you like here? Second shot to this par 5.
I like just the general terrain, Rich. Even though the water's on the right side, you want to keep away from that, which actually makes that ball go towards the general upslope of the green.
That's an outstanding shot right there, and it sets up a really good look at birdie. You can see why this player has been compared to a young Rory McIlroy, featured golfer making birdie and now sitting comfortably inside that cut line. should be pretty good right there. On the safe side.
Fucking hole in one! What?
Frank, can you believe it?
What?
Wow.
Get the fuck? What? Come the fuck on!
Out of the 11th hole, it's a par 4, 417 yards. Frank, what's the key here?
A nice little draw down that left side would be the ideal tee shot.
Fuck yes!
The carry on the two little bunkers down the left side really isn't overly long, but that's the desired entry into this green.
Fuck out of here. Yeah, boy,
Well, this one's sweet, Frank. Super.
100.
Frank's second shot here at 11 is pretty short, but it can be tricky.
It can. The various different levels. The highest point on the green is that back left. It does roll down to that right side, and then, of course, is the front portion in the middle. So you've got to be just cognizant of trying to fly the ball the right distance. But when that flag is in the back left, to err a little on the left side, not such a bad thing.
Sensational shot right there, Frank.
Oh, you start beating your chest after a shot like that. That's the best we've seen into this hole to date.
Gotta be kidding
Just a little
me.
tap in here.
And yet another birdie, this time inching into the top 5.
Here at the 12th, par 4, 442 yards. Frank, what's ahead?
This one's called Big Bow. Hole certainly a lot longer than the 10th hole, which is Little Bow. Dog legs to the player's right. A couple of bunkers down the left side. That first bunker on the left shouldn't be too much of a problem to carry. But once again, even though the hole bends to the right, you'd like to be down the opposite side of the
I
fairway,
know.
which is the left.
That shot before, man. That freaking hole in one. Get out of the rough.
Well, he pays a price for
You
that.
don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. You'll need a bit of force to extract one out of there. I mean, this skill, and that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position. He's got to put it together right now, Frank.
Join that trio at the top. That was a great first day out there, Rich.
I really enjoyed it. We saw a lot of birdies, excellent play, and some impressive names on top of this leaderboard. Anybody's game.
Yeah, let's see where that put me in this freaking tournament now.
Hey, you wanna play COD with me later, or do you just wanna play golf? How long you gonna be on?
This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour. It's second round coverage of the Alberta Classic.
Probably until like 1-1 and 0.
And let's go down to the first. Getting ready to tee off, coming off a solid first round. Let's see if our featured golfer can conjure up some of that magic here in round number 2, Frank. They'll be pretty happy with that 290-yard poke off the tee. Frank, now the second shot here at the par 4 opening hole. What are we looking at?
Well, with a short iron in hand, Rich, I mean, you just go flag hunting straight out of the gate. It's a generous green. This looks like it's going to find the target.
I don't know that that approach will make the highlight reel, but he still has a chance if he makes this putt.
Yeah, 21's when you come of age, don't they say? 21 feet away.
Frank going for another birdie here.
Chance to get on a real roll.
Which one?
Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
And getting ready for the putt.
That looked like it nearly got below the lip, the level of the lip there.
Can't believe that one, Frank. That was a complete horseshoe right there.
I'm gonna break this game.
Hard to be perfect in this game. That's a bogey. Already teed up here at the second.
The one that reads the comments for you, I find it funny you can actually hear it as a spectator. LOL right.
Frank, why are great rivalries so important? Why do we love them?
I think because people like to sit on one side of the fence. You're either for or against a great player. And I think we see that today with Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy. There's the McIlroy fans that think his future is so bright. There's the Woods fans that still want him to pass Jack Nicklaus's record. That's the beauty. You've got to have an opinion, and you have to have a player.
That is an excellent play right there. The approach, giving him another good look. These putts keep the round together.
I love it. I can hear what you guys type.
That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
Putt for par. He needs one. Frank, let's hope he doesn't make
I'm
double
going
bogey
to
now.
kill
That's
this
the status
game.
coming out in your Rich.
So they'll tap in.
Damn.
Frank, nothing really went the player's way this week.
Yeah, if this was motor racing, you'd say it's a case of having 4 flat tires.
Frank, plenty of scoring opportunities in the early portion of this golf course. We're now at a par 5, the third hole, and it's only 528 yards.
You can see why we're going to see a lot of people perhaps being 3 under through the first 3 holes, Rich. This par 5 bending to the right, very reachable. And just keep that tee shot nice and high off the tee. Let it carry as far as possible.
Excellent start off the tee. That's a great way to begin this hole. Frank, chance to go for the green in 2 here at the third?
There is, but you can also use the terrain, which will kick the ball towards the left. So if you haven't hit the best of tee shots, still land that ball to the right and let it feed on.
Frank, this one looks like it might have a postage stamp on it. Airmail City.
Yeah, lick it. Send it.
That was like Usain Bolt, Frank, right through the tape.
Yeah, that first step, that was never going to stop.
Get that chip in!
Something happens, that's good.
That's a nice shot right there. Now to another par 3. This is the fourth hole, 192 yards, way down the hill.
It's going to play closer to 170 yards, Rich. You're going to have to reduce that distance by at least a couple of clubs. And consequently, if you hit one hanging up in the air, if you get a breeze that goes through that valley, it's going to start to sort of move that ball around. So just keep your eyes open there where that breeze is coming from.
I got the hiccups.
Nasty looking water.
This one has a chance to be close.
Yeah, I didn't like the look of that hole at all.
Knock it on the green and give yourself a good look at birdie. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business.
Ugh, I hate that line.
Can't birdie them all, Rich.
Just 5 feet left.
Come on!
Wow, he got robbed.
Freaking kidding
It's
me!
like kissing your mother-in-law. Even par, currently.
In for bogey. Well, Frank, as we wrap things up here at Banff Springs, we think about
It's almost time for
reasons
some
we love
blackout,
this
I think.
game. A, the competition, but I think also where it takes us to amazing places like the Canadian Rockies.
It was a great day to play golf and take pictures, but you know, the golf course right in front of you, it is absolutely beautiful to the eye and rewarding too for some good golf.
Well, that'll wrap it up for all of us here at EA Sports. I'm Rich Lerner alongside Frank Nobilo saying until next time.
Yeah, definitely think I'm up for some COD.
EA Sports is proud to present today's PGA Tour coverage.
I'll join it for gentlemen.
Yeah, let me see. They got.
Today
I'm in third
it's
round
live
right now. I
third
think I got
round
one more
coverage
round after this.
of the Alberta
2 more
Classic.
rounds.
Now to the long par 5 7th hole, 602 yards, Frank. They call it hoodoo.
Yeah, it's nothing for a little muscle man. Bust one up the tee there. Well, actually it is. You're going to need 2 of your best if you want to reach this par 5 and 2. So, start with a good one.
This should be 2 rounds.
Good contact, good result.
Try to make them quick.
Obviously, Frank, you want to hit good shots at a place like this, but you also want to take
Hopefully I
some
get some
shots.
better-
You want to snap off a few
better
pictures
greens.
because it's breathtaking.
I thought you were talking about big game hunting there, where you saying you don't want to shoot these animals. They're beautiful. No, yeah, it is. It's wonderful to come up here and play golf.
Oh,
Side revision.
yeah.
Shot after shot, right at the flag.
Just dialed in. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Close to
Take a
6
fucking
under
eagle.
par for the tournament. What a display of golf. Now to hole number 8. It's another par 3 with some water, Frank. Only 150 yards. This is the shortest hole in the golf course.
The distance control is still very important here. If you can get the right distance, you could perhaps aim 10 or 15 feet left of the flag. You're only going to have a 10 or 15 foot putt. So just think of that. Water on the right there. Maybe just aim a little further to the left. You can still make birdie.
That's well played. Now a good look at birdie. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Come on. Don't do
Robbed.
that.
Cruel lip out.
Okay.
Well, not in contention, but in for par. Now to hole number 9, 501 yards. It's a par 5.
Yeah, we finished with the third par 5 on the front 9. You're just going to come through those sort of chute of marvelous trees that define this fairway. Just avoid the right side. Something down the left side is going to open up the second shot.
Nicely played shot, about 310 yards down the fairway.
Well, it's going to take a good one here considering what they've already gone through, Rich. Right now, that green is going to look very small, so it's going to take a good shot here to give himself an opportunity.
Some really poor play to this point. Well, you can hear it right off the center of the club face. This has a chance to be close. He'll be pleased with that. The approach shot is about 12 feet away. Getting set now over the putt.
Oh. How did that miss?
Are you kidding me? I mean, that one was dead center.
I gotta slow down. I'm starting to rush it. Wow.
Don't be short. Just another couple of turns, Frank. Just a little tap in here. Did the job right there. Well, that was a nearly flawless performance on the front side, but Frank, we know it's an 18-hole game, isn't it?
That's right. Now's not the time to pat yourself on the back.
This is a good-looking shot.
Not so good looking.
Well, too bad, Frank. That one rolled right off the green.
It was just coming out so hot.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. How about that shot? From that lie to get it that close, tremendous effort. Not a gimme, but well within his range.
There we go.
Never a bad score on the card. That's par. Out of the 11th hole, it's a par 4, 417 yards. Frank, what's the key here?
A nice little draw down that left side would be the ideal tee shot. The carry on the two little bunkers down the left side really isn't overly long, but that's the desired entry into this green.
Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank, the handicap system in golf really is the great equalizer, isn't it?
Yeah, there's no sport like it. I can't imagine going to Wimbledon and playing, sort of Djokovic or Federer, or, playing NFL with Peyton Manning. But, the beauty of golf, we can go to the golf course. We decide what our handicaps are on the first tee. We decide who's going to get strokes, and then off you go and play. And you play on a level playing field.
Yeah.
Miss hit, wrong club. What happened there, Frank?
All the above, maybe. It's a little bit of a head scratcher. It wasn't that hard a shot.
Oh,
pretty good shot
bastard.
right there. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. He's made it. On the tee here at the 11th hole, 417-yard par 4. Is this a drive you like to hit, Frank?
It certainly is, Rich, but it's a little narrower than what your eye first sees. And the reason why, there's a tree sort of another 40, 50 yards down the right side past that bunker. So if you hog that right side, that tree can become a little bit of a problem for the second shot.
Yeah, it did.
Not
That
the
happens more
longest,
than you think.
but not bad.
I've chipped so many in and
295
just
yards
bounced
in the
off that
fairway.
flag.
We'll settle. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
That is classy.
Yeah, chance of going in.
See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Starting to move now, Frank, on this leaderboard.
Them lines, I
Certainly
think
going
sometimes
all in the positive direction.
they
In
mess
the
you
middle of
way
the pack,
up.
Now top 15.
I remember the old
So through three
games
rounds,
used to tell
just
you,
outside
aim
the top
like
10,
1 inch
what
left
kind of a
and
chance
3
do you
feet
give
long.
a player who is sitting outside the first 10?
Yeah, it's slim. I
new
certainly would
ones
not
don't.
say none, though, Rich.
They're a
You know,
lot
we've
harder,
Countless times
which
over
I don't
the years
mind.
seen
I've
someone post an early one in
played a
and,
lot
and
of
watch
these.
the leaders crumble at the end. Good opportunity tomorrow. Put a good round on the board and then just sit back and wait. And then remember, there's also the chance of a playoff.
Good thing I didn't ace the first hole. My handicap would be 0.
This is EA Sports coverage of the PGA Tour.
I'm in 50th.
Today it's live final round
no.
coverage of the
Yeah, it's
Alberta
final round.
Classic.
That's right.
Par 3 13th, it's 225 yards. Frank, you happy walking out of here with a 3?
Yeah, take a 3, go to the next hole, unless it's match play.
Good swing, good shot yet again. Getting set for this next shot from the rough. What does the player need to be careful of here, Frank?
Well, this is where we're going to see exactly how good they are because, you know, that's not exactly the best lie, but it's sort of doable if you know what you're doing.
Yep. Getting an eagle on, or freaking bogey on this one.
Nice approach shot. He'll be happy with that. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
Wow.
That is a painful miss right there. And
Good
a
double bogey.
Drop shot here at the 13th. These putts keep the round together. So close. Oh, man.
Just pushed it.
Boy, that hurts.
Even par currently.
Frank, you know full well, this can be a humbling game.
In an embarrassing game.
Back here at the par 4 14th, and we are ready to tee off 442-yard hole, Frank.
It's called Wampum. My Canadian's not that good, so I don't know what that means, but the way I decipher it, another little dog leg to the right with bunkers all over the place. It's sort of in the place where you'd like to hit the tee shot is exactly where that crop of, what is that, 5 bunkers down the left side. So you're going to have to somehow squeeze it just right of that. Very awkward tee shot.
Well, now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up. You can bring it in high. You can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Good, clean contact and a nice result. And a chance for birdie coming up. Made par yesterday. This one for birdie. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the
I'll
line,
take a
even
par on
with
that.
approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
And he makes it for par. And Frank, ahead on the green, you could have a really crazy putt if you're not careful.
This is probably the most undulating green on the golf course, so you do not want to be going in with too flat a second shot.
Outstanding tee shot.
Yeah, ball sitting up. You don't have to worry about the wind or anything there. You just take a full-blooded cut at the second shot from here. This looks like it's going to find the target.
Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie. Frank, I'm sure it feels good to get some red numbers on the card, but this tournament is probably too far out of reach at this point.
No question.
It's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
He has put himself in an excellent position with a beautiful tee shot. And now a good look at the green. Frank, looking at this approach now to the 16th, what does the player need to be aware of?
You've got to make sure you fly the ball every inch of the way here, Rich. The ball won't kick forward because of that false front. So making sure you at least club up, not club down.
See if he can get this one to drop here at the 16th for a birdie. So coming off the birdie on the previous hole, a chance now for yet another one.
And momentum all in his favor.
Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Good putt. Now to the 17th, 374 yards, and Frank, players might be licking their chops here.
They certainly would, Reg. Bunkers left and right, but they can be carried with an aggressive tee shot. It'll set up just a short iron into a green that pitches towards you. So maybe just a little bit underneath the flag with a second shot. And really a chance to have a fast finish.
That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
That is a beauty, a real beauty. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. He's going to beat himself up on the way to the next tee. You don't miss those putts. Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Well, Frank, this sets up for an exciting finish here at Banff Springs, a 578-yard par 5.
There's just about a bunker in play for every length of tee shot here, so know exactly which one you can carry and exactly which one you cannot reach.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards.
Shot.
Offline, and I think that one's headed for the rough. You have to think he'll be happy with that, given that it looked like it was headed right for the rough.
Yeah, it looked like that was the only place it was going to finish, but, well, it's a little bit unexplainable. Let's see what he does from here now. Lucky break.
one shaped like an S. The fuck was wind blowing in two directions at once.
Just can't even read the green. It does not want me to make an eagle. Not bad for not having a
Very well
putt
done.
read.
Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
Now this for birdie came away with par in the previous round. Yet another birdie and on the march, 7 under for the tournament. Frank, it was a great setting with great crowds. We saw plenty of very good golf. Your thoughts?
I think the course really extracted some of the golf that we saw. It forced these players to play just some great golf, and it wasn't just like a pitch and a putt golf course. So I think seeing the guys tested, seeing the players tested at this level, it was a treat.
I needed 7 holes with birdies. Nope, I think I'm done. Yep. I will meet you guys on some Call of Duty Black Ops. Play a couple rounds. I'm 194 points ahead though.